4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
श्रीवर्चस्वमायुष्यम् आरोग्यं माविदाक्षं मानं महीयते धनं धान्यं पशुं बहु कीर्तिलाभं बहु धनलाभं शतसंवत्सरं दीर्घमायुः.
Honestly, I felt inspired and motivated after reading The Journey of Perseverance. This is certainly a book worth reading. Congratulations, Priya. You did an amazing job.
Hi, I'm Lavanya. The book, Journey of Perseverance, is highly motivating and inspiring. It gave me a clear picture about what success looks like. Congratulations, Priya ma'am, and thank you for a great book.
Well, guys, hello. This is Andrea, the dreamer who made this happen. 6 weeks of being online, more than 300 sessions with all the 200 plus experts, because there are more and more people joining us. We just finished a beautiful workshop with the students that they were preparing, dialing up to my internet. If you haven't seen it, please check it out, because it was really insightful. We talked about freelancing, we talked about fashion, we talked about marriage, we touched many topics, and I believe you will have so much fun rewatching it and just thinking about it. What would you answer on all these questions? And I have 2 videos to play. One of them is for the tomorrow's workshop. We have Maverick with us, and Maverick is someone I really adore. He's someone in marketing that is really worth look up to. If you doesn't follow him yet on LinkedIn, please do so. And I will play his mini video that he prepared for us, because tomorrow night he will come with a workshop which is called Crafting Attractive, Authentic and Action-Driven Posts with the Aura Copywriting Framework. And he will be with us for 50 minutes. You can ask all your questions, and I believe he's the one who's giving value. So please make sure that you are there tomorrow night around 9 p.m. in Malaysia, which means it's afternoon in South Africa and also in Europe, and it's morning time in the US. So please check it out, and let's play the video now. I will just add it to the stream and enjoy the little video.
Hey there, want to see something interesting? Now, if you look at the website like Live Internet Stats, right, you see the number of users online. It's just crazy. Look at the number of searches, look at the number of blog posts written, videos viewed, photos uploaded, and it's like the whole internet is exploding since last year. And you probably have heard this proverb before. They say that empty vessels make the most noise, and that's what most entrepreneurs and business owners do today. They actually just go online and they decided that, hey, if everyone is posting stuff, I want to post stuff too. And what happens is that they go online and they generate noise. Now, this will not help you stand out at all. Now, some of the others use a bit of copywriting tactics and they manage to generate attraction, which is good. But if you look at the thought leaders, you look at those people who really influence the market, they go online, they go to social media, and they generate demand. And that's what we're going to work on together in my workshop called Crafting Attractive, Authentic, and Action-Driven Posts using my personal Aura copywriting framework. And with that, I look forward to see you. This is Maverick here from Authority Institute, signing out. Bye.
I hope you liked it. He's really a professional. You can see what the gadgets that he's using. I was just like looking at the first interview when he was drawing on the screen and everything. So already the whole workshop, just technically, it will be an experience. He's always up to the most modern things coming around. And I want to say hi to Yuki, and I want to say hi also to someone else, Eston, in the comments. Yuki was someone who, with her family, was supporting me ever since I arrived to Malaysia. I was doing dance classes at the Will You Cafe in Manman Kira for a long time, and I'm super grateful for them for helping me to find my place in Malaysia and providing me that place to create some dance parties. Hopefully we will be back on that very, very soon. But until then, we are having this beautiful summit here, and we are formulating a community. And underground, I'm also working on bringing back trust in dancing. So for now, I have another video for you that I would like to share, because Jamie is professional and he couldn't really come to the summit because he has so many things, but he was also part of the Edward conference. And I had the chance to make a video and an interview with him, and he offered freebies for the website. So if you go to the globalempowermenthub.com, you will find the freebies that he's offering for you. It's really useful. It's a framework. You can watch all the videos, and then he will, if you write GES 2021 in the connection request that you send to him on LinkedIn, then he told me that he will accept these invitations, he will connect with you, and he will send you the free resources that he has. So let me just share this video with you. And be careful, you have to maybe listen to it a few times to gather all the information. It's around 1 hour, this video. But if you have questions, I urge you to put it in the comments, because I will bring the questions to Jamie and we will answer them straight after the event whenever I have a little time to catch up. So please make sure you're watching it. And straight after that, we will have a little break. Because evening is coming, so we will have a little break, and we come back with Jay Narayan about Challenge to Change, an interview with him. He's a very inspiring speaker, so it's good to follow him. And we have a live workshop again with Faz Kamaruddin about how to ask great questions. And the live workshops, you know where to find them. You have to go to the Zoom rooms and join us there, just like we did with the student workshops. Almost 40 people were following us live, and they were also in the Zoom room exactly where the students were preparing this session for us. So don't forget how to ask great questions with Faz Kamaruddin at 8:30 p.m. Malaysia time. And straight after that, with Kim Adel-Platz, we will have another session, a short interview about overcoming imposter syndrome. And we are finishing up the day on Clubhouse. So if you are up, you want to join us, then from 10 p.m. in Malaysia, that's morning in the US, and also a late afternoon in Europe and South Africa, you can join us on Clubhouse. And Aston, you're welcome. I'm happy to organize it. Please take the most value out of it. I will just put back the little QR code in the corner. If you would like to win something, if you would like to play, and if you would like to learn at the same time, it's good to have a free ticket. And once you have it, you can just play on this application. What you need to do is rewatch the sessions on replay, or be with us this week on the last week of the summit in the Zoom rooms or in the comments. And then we are rewarding active people. So if you go to this application, you can add your aha moments, you can add feedbacks, you can reach out to speakers, you can even send us photos, and we will give you points for that. And this contest is up until the end of the year, because we have 300 hours for you to watch. So it's a great big challenge. But if you do that, and if you work on it, you listen to it, you write down your aha moments, I'm sure you can change a few habits, and maybe you can even change your life. So make sure that you are playing with us. There are 5 people, 5 lucky winners who will get $500 value creative leadership and self-empowerment training with me. And also Solworxs, the application developer, was offering a 200 USD value of package for another winner. So 6 people will win on the top of the leaderboard these different packages. At the end of the year, I will announce at New Year's Eve with champagne, of course non-alcoholic because I'm not drinking. So we will do that, and I will announce it, and you can win the valuable prizes. But for now, let me bring on Jaime. Jaime is from Spain, and I hope you will really enjoy this conversation that I had with him. So let me just make the technology ready. I will share the sounds and share this beautiful interview with you, bring him up. And I hope you enjoyed. I took my glasses so that we look similar, and he didn't. He took his glasses, so it was kind of like a very nice touch. So let's see. This is the fun part of being an interviewer. And yeah, I enjoyed the conversation. Hope you will do so. And please write your question in the comments, and see you this week all the time whenever you can make it. You will find us on YouTube, you will find us on Facebook, and you will find us in the Zoom rooms. The only thing that you have to do is just go on globalempowermenthub.com, click on the embedded calendar, choose the session title that you want to join, and then you can watch us live. It will lead you to the Zoom room or to the YouTube channel. So please stay on and enjoy the conversation with Jaime Pazmiño. Barcelona at the Dare to Dance Your Way show, when I bring you exciting guests with a lot of inspiration from all around the world, so that you can not say no to growth. Welcome, Jaime. How are you?
Good. Very excited to be here. Thanks for the invite. And yeah, super into this new show.
Good. It's new for us. We are popping up on the screen of the people just unexpectedly time to time during the week whenever I find some interesting guests like you. And
Nice.
I always start with a story. So let's start with your story. That will
Sure.
warm up the audience and they can join in. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Who is Jaime? Where are you from? Anything. You can even tell us secrets.
Yeah. So, well, not too many people know actually, but I'm from Ecuador, from South America, and my marketing journey or entrepreneur journey was very different than the majority of the people, because I actually study law. I'm a lawyer. I'm a retired lawyer already, and I study law. And when I was 18, I came to Spain to study law, right? And I studied law like for 6 years. Like, it was so long. Then after I studied law, I decided I already knew I didn't want to be a lawyer. So I was like, okay, I finished this, and then I need to look for something else. And while looking for different type of jobs, I found this position in Mexico as a political consultant, and it was a marketing agency for politicians, and they help them, like, you know, pretty much do and win presidential campaigns. It was crazy. Like, the guy I worked with, he worked with Obama, he worked with Macri, like the ex-president of Argentina. So he was really like a house of, I always say it was a house of cards type of job. And in this job is where I found marketing. I found marketing. We were doing marketing for politicians, and I loved the marketing side, but I hate the product. I was like, I know I didn't hate, but like, it wasn't my area. Like, I was like, I don't want to put these guys like as presidents or whatever. And like, more even after knowing them personally, you know, I was like, I don't really like that. And so I just quit after 6 months. After doing 3 campaigns, I was like, this is not what I want to do. And I changed into the entrepreneurial area, right? And then I joined a SaaS company first. It was a project of a friend, and I just joined him on his early stages. And after 2 years working there, that was where I really learned like my technical skills, I just decided to drop that off and go fully alone on my marketing agency, Moonroy, and my consulting services, which is what we do today. So yeah, that's a little bit about myself. Apart from work, I'm like a freak about surfing, and it's my ultimate passion, the ocean. I have spent 17 years surfing by now, so quite a lot of time. And I grew up next to the ocean. I spent lots of time in the ocean. For me, there was no soccer, like we didn't play anything. There was not like surfing with my friends when we were kids. So I was very, very lucky for that. And yeah, we can talk about that after, about my vision as well, and giving back to the ocean and how much the ocean has given to me. Actually, you know, I traveled around the world. When I was a kid, I was competing, and I traveled around the world for competing of that. And the first time I came to Europe was for a surf competition, in fact. So yeah, that's a little bit myself. I would say just like a surf entrepreneur, if you want to say it.
That's so nice. I have been stuck in Brazil last year because of the COVID, and I have been stuck. I wanted to go to Buenos Aires, and I have been stuck. They couldn't let me into the country, and they sent us to Brazil. So I spent 2.5 months in Brazil, in Natal, and I saw a lot of surfers. So that reminded me of the ocean. And
exactly, yeah.
There were a lot of kite surfers, and yeah, the issue with the cleanness of the water, it's especially a big problem is here in Asia also, because wherever you go to a beach, you always see the plastic bottles, the turtles, you know, all the problems are coming. So it's a really, really important cause. And I'm really happy that you shared about your political career. We will get back to that. But before we do, can you tell me a little bit more about how did you end up in Barcelona at the end? How did you end up in the European city from Ecuador?
Yeah, so I was, as I mentioned, I was studying law in Ecuador. And I started university in Ecuador, like law, and I was like very unhappy. I was like, I don't want to be here. Like I was learning nothing, like educational system in Ecuador, it's really not good in general. And I was confused. I was like, what I'm going to do? Like 18-year-olds, you don't know what you want really, or what you want to do. And at that time, my best friend, he goes to Spain also to study law, and he goes to this city called Pamplona, where the Bulls run is and all this stuff. And this university had a lot of connection with a school in Ecuador, so it was very easy to get there. So I actually first went to Pamplona. That was my first Spanish touch point, was Pamplona, this village. And I stayed there for a year, and it was a little village in the middle of nowhere. And it was like very influenced by this like movement, a religious movement called Opus Dei, which they're a little bit like very conservative, for my opinion, like especially for my type of personality. So I just felt like weird around these people, and like was like, this is not my European experience. I want a city, I want art, I want culture, I want to see things. So I transferred to Barcelona. I went to Madrid, and I went to Barcelona, and when I saw the ocean and the city, I was like, okay, I arrived to the place I want to be. And that's how I came here.
It's a magical city. I have been there, and I just love the Gaudi Gardens and all the buildings, and it's a beautiful artistic city. But Pamplona is also famous about the tomatoes and these runs with the bulls, right? Was it Pamplona?
Yeah. Pamplona is the bull thing, and the tomato is Murcia, which is a little bit down, where they do the tomato thing. And don't get me wrong, it's nice, like it's nice and people love it, and the university is supposed to be amazing and so on. It was just not my personality. Like there was not a cultural fit, I would say.
Not enough buzz.
Yeah, and this and the ocean as well, you know, I was like a little bit far, because Pamplona is like an interior village, like in the middle of these beautiful mountains. But I don't travel from Ecuador to come to a village, you know. I especially in Europe, I wanted to meet new people, meet people around the world, and like yeah, Barcelona gave me that. Like my friends are very, very international. My girlfriend's from Vienna, from Austria, and I built this international network I was looking for.
That's very nice. So let's get back to this political background. It's really always secretive, always having some, you know. I was watching this series about rumors, or what was the name? It's an American series about Scandal. Yes, Scandal, when the president is there, and I'm like learning more about this background of the politics and how a president becomes a president and all these things.
It's crazy. It's like surreal. It's really like the movies, you know. I mean, I wasn't. Yeah. So also like what they do, it's pretty marketing wise. Pretty much like they do surveys before, like let's say there's a political, like a presidential election in 2 years, like 2 to 3 years before that election, they will do surveys to the people in different regions or areas of the country, right? So they will do different like surveys, and people will like literally door-to-door service, like knocking on the door and just writing what people preferences are. And depending on all those surveys of the past 2 years, then you build your presidential campaign with propositions for each region, telling them pretty much what they want to hear, right? So let's imagine like the North region wants a hospital, the South region wants like a schools, and the East region wants more water, and then like just build a campaign around that, but very segmented. So, you know, you will talk about each specific thing on the regions. So it's a lot about data, data mining, and also data analytics, and all like using this data to build your proposition as the president, right? It's very sneaky, like it's very, very sneaky. Like people buy votes the day of elections. It's like insane how much people just like how much money is going around. And like, just to give you like an idea, like a very cheap presidential campaign, it's cost around 1 to 1.5 million, just like a little campaign. And we're talking about normally like a presidential campaign can last 6 months, and another campaign can last 3 months. So you pretty much build $1 million company for 6 months, which is going to end, right? Because like once election day, it's there, it's then. So it's very like intense, you know, because everyone wants to take part of the money, of course. Like just imagine, you know, you have the media, you have newspapers, you have people giving t-shirts and printing, you have like the consultants, you have it's like a whole company. For me, it was like building a company, $1 million company that has an expiring date, because the day of election comes and then it's finished, right? And but it was fun.
Sounds very, very, very exciting, I think. And I don't know how you could take the stress, because it must be very stressful, especially before the campaign or before it ends, and you see the numbers.
In the end, I thought it was, it's a lifestyle. It's really a lifestyle. Like, it's really a lifestyle, because when you are in campaign, it's just, you need to be available 24/7. You need to have 2 mobiles, because like most probably the other party already like pinged your phone. You need to be like, you have all these security controls. Like also imagine Mexico, it's not the safest place to do this stuff, right? Like my partners in the office, they got calls like, we know where you live, and like we can kidnap you, like this kind of stuff, you know, like they would have to move places, and like you really had to be careful. And like it was very intense in the terms, like you could receive a call at midnight, hey, we're meeting now with the candidate, like in a very sneaky place, you need to come now. And like I'm in my pajama already, like I'm sleeping. It's like, no, you need to come now. It's once you're in that world, it's like you kind of know, yeah, it's just a pool with sharks. It's like full of sharks, and you don't know really who to trust. And
thank you for these insights. I think it's some sneaky background stuff that people normally don't hear, and it's some part of the information that people normally don't get. So it's really I appreciate that you share this information with us. And I also see that that's your background basically, because when you were talking, you were already talking about segmentation, target audience, targeted marketing, so-called for the people who will vote. So that's how you actually switched or pivoted towards marketing, right?
Exactly. So I was looking this whole thing, and I was like, wow, it would be so cool if I can do the same to help other entrepreneurs connect with, or be the president of their niches, or, you know, sell their products and like connect with your audience and like understand their audience as well. And I was like, this really motivated me. So I learned like so much in these presidential campaigns, because I was always like looking at how I could translate that into a future project. To be honest, like from after the first campaign, I was like, this is not going to last too long. Like this is not my lifestyle. but I was so curious to learn more that I just stayed. I just stayed for 6-7 months. We did 3 campaigns, and I just learned a lot, a bunch, of course. And then I translate this knowledge into really helping other entrepreneurs like win their elections, if you want to call it, or just become leaders in the industry.
That's a good approach, and it's good how it's somehow a good example for the people how to switch when you have a job and what you like, you take it out, and then you implement it in something new that you're more interested in. And it's really helps people if they listen to you, or if they will listen to this podcast, for example, later. Then they will know that there is nothing to fear about when you want to change course or do you want to change your job. It's just take out what you like, implement, put it in a system, and find out how you can serve others. It's a really inspiring story.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, it was hard as hell. Like those decisions were like very decisive in my life, because I was in Barcelona before that, and then I took this opportunity of job in Mexico. So pretty much I left Barcelona, which I loved my life in Barcelona. And then I went to live in Mexico City, which everyone was speaking about, that this amazing place and so on. But it was just too much city for myself. Like, it's a great city, don't get me wrong. And you can, for having fun, it's amazing. But it's just like not my daily routine type of thing. And it's way too far from the ocean. So I made a huge sacrifice there. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go there. I just left. I left my friends. I left everything. Just flew there alone for this like experience. And I'm never gonna forget the day I got a call from the guy. It was like, also how I got the job was like crazy. I'm from Ecuador, as I just mentioned, and I typically go there on Christmas, right? Just to spend time with my family and so on. So I went on Christmas to Ecuador, and I was in this period where I didn't know, I was in this transition from law to whatever. And I was just like literally like calling friends of my family or my dad or my uncles, like, hey, do you have any like possible job? I didn't want to go back to Ecuador. So do you know anyone around the world that will travel anywhere to do any job? Like really, I just want to shift from law. So speaking, and I speak with this guy, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to introduce you to someone. And he told me, this guy, he's running now the presidential campaign for the future president of Ecuador. Like, Ecuador were in elections day, and it was super intense times. And he was like, look, this guy is very, very busy. He travels around the world. He pretty much like lives in a plane, but he's going to be tomorrow in this hotel for 10 minutes. Like, you have 10 minutes with him. And I was like, whoa. And
that must be a good pitch, a good elevator pitch.
I just arrived, and I was like, look, this is what I know. This is what I do. I want to work with you because this and that. I studied the guy. Like, I literally, like, the whole company, I just like studied it. And I told him, I know you have done this. I know your team members at this ones. I know the profile of each team member. I know the background, and I know I can fit your team because this, that, and that, because you don't have this thing. And he was like, okay, see you in Mexico in 2 weeks. And I was like, okay. It was like this, you know. And I came back to Ecuador, Barcelona, packed my stuff, and then boom, Mexico. So it's I really know it's not easy to pivot or change your course. But if you feel it, my suggestion is just jump and try it out, because it's very unlikely actually that you're going to fail. I think it's more fear. It's just a fear. And if you do fail, it's not going to be fail. It's going to be a huge lesson. Like me, you know, I jumped into this political thing, which was not my thing, but it led me into my path. So I think by stop doing what you don't want to do, you discover what you really want as well.
Yeah, great tips here. I hope the people are listening. So these are the tips for pivoting, and how you can get some bravery to do that pivot and take the pitch. Also, if you want to get a job, you really have to work for it, and you have to study those people where you want to work, and you have to get any opportunity to meet them and pitch them, and that's it. If you never know, if you don't try, you never know, right? That's what you used actually.
Yeah. No, yeah, and again, just these positions, they don't fall from the sky. Like I really looked for them like a lot. Like I really look for them a lot, and that's what I always say to people. You know, like it's not like life. It's not about like just sitting and waiting for the whole thing to change. Like if you don't, and I think it's the habit of taking action. That's what I want to share. The habit of taking action. Like if you want to do something, just do it. You know, take action and do it, and you will figure it out on the way.
So let's go further on the marketing side. What are the trends today? Everything is changing with the technology, and there are even rumors that all the content marketers will be out of job in a few years because AI will take over and it will generate the copyrights and it will do everything for them and it will segregate and then do the research and all these things. So what is your experience about this? What can you say about marketing trends in 2021?
Yeah, AI is coming, and more than it's coming, it's here. Like I already tried out tools. For instance, I do my agency. In my agency, we do Facebook ads for e-commerce, and always the creative side, like you know, putting the ad creative has been a thing. And normally, you would need a designer and also like some copywriting on the thing. And the other day I tried a tool where you just upload your pictures and upload some sentences and they just mix it up and come up with like 30 variations of creatives for Facebook ads in 10 different formats in 5 minutes. And I'm like, wow. It wasn't like really on point, but it's the first tool to do that using AI. And also they connect with Facebook and they know which creative perform best. And based on that, they learn the AI learn and create new creatives that goes aligned with the winning ad or the winning thing, right? So AI is here to stay. We don't need to be afraid because in any way we need to nurture AI in a way. Like if there's not human power behind AI won't work. Like you still need to upload the images, or you still need to do the copy or the strategy, and the strategy and all these things is something that AI won't be able to do, right? Just because it's emotional wise. So that's the whole thing. Also, like AI will never become emotional, or I don't want to say never actually, but it will take a long time until AI becomes emotional part, right? So we will always lead by emotions, and I think we will lead by emotions, and yeah. So that's about AI. AI is here, and guys, pay attention to AI. Don't think it's the future, and don't think about like this crazy idea. No, there are tools already using AI, and actually, the best way to confront it is to be part of it. I think so. Not like avoid and say, maybe it's coming, and I'm afraid. No. Go lead, take it, and implement it, and be like, hey, I'm the first guy using AI in the marketing space. Like, how cool is that? You know?
Yeah, so use it as a marketing advantage, right?
Exactly. Use it in your favor. Don't be afraid of it. Use it in your favor and implement it in whatever your business is. In terms of trends, we're experiencing like so exciting times, and there's a huge advertising war, if we want to call it, with a new update of iOS 14, which pretty much Apple have decided with a new update that they don't want to share their open data with Facebook or any other tool. So once you're on your phone now, you need to actually go to the normal setup is like it's by default, I don't want to share my data with other platforms. So actually you need to go on your phone and activate and say, hey, I want to share my data, right? And this has direct impact on all this Facebook and stuff because it learns from it, you know? So we're looking that data protection is becoming huge in terms of marketing. Also, we looked at tools they don't wanna, or companies like Apple, especially Apple, Google, and Facebook, they start not to share their information between them. So there's like, of course, a huge challenge there. And that's what we experience right now. We also see like uprising tools like TikTok or Snapchat. You know, TikTok has been huge as well. Or Clubhouse, you know, we see the audio format coming in place. So there are really like tons of possibilities. My recommendation is look at your business model, see like where your audience is, and start from that one platform. Don't get crazy and don't think you need to be on Clubhouse, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, because you're gonna get overwhelmed. So it really depends where your ideal client is and where your ideal client spends their time, and if you want to use it for business, of course, and then go into that platform. You need to be selective on your platform. So it's not really about the ultimate strategy or whatever. It's just about like advertising on the right platform, and a lot of people miss that actually, or there's misconception about this, I think.
And it's also the feeling that you have to be everywhere, because I remember that when I started and I talked to a lot of people and they said, yeah, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to be here, you have to do there. And then also what is coming from the media itself is that you have to be there, right? So it's like kind of a manipulation thing that is going on, and it's really hard to resist and not to be everywhere. But yeah, you learn what is your favorite, and then you just go for your favorites, right?
Yeah, and actually the hardest thing nowadays, what I found, is focus. Like, there's so much going on and we get so distracted by everything that it's going there, and like every single shiny object going around, like the new reels from Instagram and the new thing and the new shiny and blah 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 blah, and people lose focus. And when they lose focus, when the business starts to shake, because they start to doubt about what they're doing and so on. So really, like, it's not about the tool, it's more about the strategy behind the messaging, how you communicate, and if you nail down if you know your ideal client, that if you know who you can help and how you can help them. Tools, they're going to change over time. We have gone from radio to podcast, we have gone from TV to YouTube, we have gone from newspaper to Twitter or LinkedIn. So it's just the medium changed, but the psychology remains the same. And a lot of people miss that. Like, they think by doing the new thing, it's going to be better. But if you don't have this like marketing and sales or psychological, whatever you want to call it, principles, it's not about the tool anymore, and like that's why people like huge companies succeed and others not, because of the messaging, really, and because they understand their daily client and they know how they can help them.
And we arrived to the traffic question that is actually one of your expertise, that you are an expert in driving traffic, and most probably already what you started to tell us about the social medias and not be everywhere and so on, it's part of some kind of your traffic strategy, right? So it's helping people to streamline and make it lean a little bit more than if they would just like jump around.
Yeah, so exactly, like 90% of the times, like, there would come a client that would say, oh, I want to do webinar and I want to open a podcast and I want to do this and I want to do that, or I'm already doing all this. And I'm like, okay, and like, how is it working? It's like, it's not working. And I'm like, if you could choose just one that it's working, which one would you choose? And then they would just drop something. And I'm like, okay, so let's quit everything else and let's just focus on one thing. Let's just like make this one thing work. Once you make that one thing work, we can start talking the possibility to join a different one. But like, make one work. Like, it's just logic. It's easier to make one thing work than make 5 things work. Like in everything, in life. Like, if you're cooking a dish, like, it's easier to cook, one dish to cook like 10 dishes at the same time. It's just like the kitchen gets on fire. So
according to your experience, sorry to interrupt you, but I have a question here. So according to your experience, if you choose one platform, you have the goal, you have the good roadmap, like, how long does it take to run up one with a good strategy? How long does it take for a person to run up that kind of platform, or that platform that they choose?
So that's a great question, because people will say, yeah, but like, for how long, and when do I know if it's working or not? Like, until when would I know? So always my recommendation is do an outbound strategy, meaning like reach to people in one of these platforms for 90 days in a row. 90 days, like, just focus on one thing for 90 days, 1 quarter, just one thing, just one funnel, meaning you drive traffic to one part and then you build a relationship and potentially close the deal. So do that for 90 days without stop. And what you want to do is do it the first month, learn from the first month and approach the second month implementing the learnings from the first month. Do it for the second month, enter the third month from the learnings from the previous first and second month. In the end of the third month, do a reflection of what happened and how good or bad it worked and what was the reason for that. Yeah, so 90 days, non-stop for one thing.
And how long does it take? Like today, everyone wants to become like an influencer. Everyone wants to be there, want to have a lot of followers, want to have a lot of engagement. So how long does it take to take, for example, an Instagram account from 0 to 20,000 organic followers, like real ones, not like fake ones?
To be honest, it's not my expertise. Like I'm very, very far
LinkedIn,
from the...
You can say LinkedIn too, because I know that LinkedIn is your expertise.
Yeah.
So.
The thing is, these days there are two ways you can grow. Like either you pay or either you put tons of time on content and this and that and that. I mean, the first goal on LinkedIn is always to have 500 connections. I think you can achieve that easily in 1 month or to 60 days. I mean, just if you connect with like, I don't know, like people from your network, friends of friends and so on, you can easily reach those 500. And from there on, as you know, I use like an automated system that connects with people. So it's just like, I don't know, it connects with 80 people per day, multiply that per 30 and multiply that for 1 year, and probably you are on the 20,000 people network. Yeah.
So a good year with a good strategy, and then you are good to go for around 20,000. The numbers are never concrete, but somehow if you do every step and you really work hard, then it's manageable.
Yeah, I mean, of course, there are like growth hacking techniques, just like do collaborations with bigger people than yours that brings you traffic, and then just expose yourself, or be a keynote speaker, or join like a big conference, or like this and that and that. That of course will give you some exposure, but I wouldn't focus much about the followers. I would focus more about the buyers and my ideal client. Just yesterday, I was speaking with this agency, and they focus on the food and beverage industry, and they're huge. They have like huge clients, like they have like Barilla, Vasa, El Campo. I don't know. They have really huge clients, and I was talking with a guy, with the CEO, and then I was checking on their Instagram profile and was like, wow, you only guys have like 3,000 followers. Like I would have imagined like hundreds of thousands, you know. And he was like, yeah, our focus is not there. Our focus is actually helping our clients and getting better clients and do this and that. Like they just use that for a little bit of branding and so on. And I was like, man, that's where everyone misses. You know, everyone is talking about the followers and becoming an influencer and all this. But this is like really vanity metrics. Like it's just for your ego to feel like you're
it's
seen,
your
like,
instant gratification, right?
it's your to feel yourself good, you know. But I also speak with influencers which have like hundreds of thousands of followers, and they're struggling financially, and they are like, yeah, I put so much focus and so much time creating all this amazing content and so on, but like these are just followers. They're just no buyers, you know. There's like, it's no buyers in here. So yeah, focus on the buyers, focus on your client, focus on giving results to your clients, and your clients will recommend more clients, and put your focus there more than becoming the next pop star influencer guy.
It's an important message today to, again, get back to the focus, and then just focus on what's working with the customers, and not on just going after this fame and all the fake followers and all these things. I had a lot of experience with this, because I was doing like some boosting on my Facebook profile, and I was pushing a little bit the page, and it went up to 12,500 now around my page on Facebook, and I don't see the engagement. And I was like talking to people like, what is this? Why aren't there any engagement on my site? I have more than 12,000 followers. How could this happen? Well, this is not organic following. These are just by Facebook generated, whatever kind of algorithm, people who liked the
Yeah.
page, but they are not there. You cannot get them. You will never influence them. So it's really interesting to see, and I think this is something that we have to emphasize here for the listeners, that really don't go for the followers, go that real people behind the digital bubble that you are talking to, and get those real connections, because otherwise you will never build connections. I mean, I would have never built a connection with you, Jamie, if I'm not reaching out to you after the Edward conference, and I'm not writing you, and I'm not like trying to get to know you as a person.
Yeah, exactly. 100% agree on that.
Good. So that's a way of original human marketing, right? We're getting back to normal, basically using the digital the tool like in the old times.
Yeah, so same principles, new tools. That's it. Like hasn't changed. Like hasn't.
There's
really
nothing
changed.
new under the sun. Every time I talk to someone, get back to the basics.
Yeah, it's because again it goes back to the focus thing where we have been told that there's so many. I mean, of course, there are tools that help you make the job easier. That's for sure. But if you don't have the principles, and what I'm not going to repeat myself on everything we spoke already, it's just worthless. So I would just take a step back, look exactly what we're doing, and then use the tool to help you.
And what about the funnels? I know that funnels are your other special things. Like, what are the funnels? There are so many out there. I was honestly searching for funnels for my company, and how could I drive traffic to my page and my products and all these things. And there is so much information, and I just couldn't choose like which funnel would work. Mostly this information is not specifically for different industries. It's just like, use this funnel, and they tell all the same thing at the end. So what is your tip about funnels?
Yeah.
What is an efficient funnel?
Whoa.
You have a little difficulty. I think something happened. Maybe you could just join in and out. And until then, we just play one more time the teaser of the show, and let's see whether Jamie can come back. Welcome back, Jamie. There was a little bit of technical issues. Sorry for the audience. We were at the funnels. Thank you for joining back again.
Yes, so funnels. There are many things out there. Yes, there's like thousands of things, just as you mentioned. It can be even a little bit overwhelming. But you need to know like 3 principal things. Like first, the whole funnel starts. You want to give something for free to your audience that solves already a problem they have. You want to give like high valuable content for free. It can be anything. It can be a video, it can be written, it can be a mini course, it can be a podcast episode pre-recorded, like anything that really solves like already a problem for free to your target audience. And that's like the first thing you want to do in a funnel. Second thing is you're gonna exchange that high valuable content for their details. So the person, he's already like making an investment, or he's already paying you for giving this information with their details, meaning name, email, and phone number if you want to have that, right? And then the third thing of the funnel you want to know, once you offered high valuable content and that person exchange or pay you with her details, now you want to build a relationship with that person via email and other probably other platforms, like or like via retargeting strategies. You want to build a relationship and then bring that relationship to the sale. That's it. That's a funnel, like giving something for free in exchange of details so that you can build a relationship and sell your product.
The free, before we go further about the free, a lot of people are on different sides of this. Like they say, like, I don't give anything for free. I worked for it and it's working for them. And some people say, yeah, you have to do a lot of things for free. And some people even overdo it and they give a lot of things for free. So what is the golden bridge here? What is the thing that can work?
When you say, like, a lot of people say, I don't want to give it for free, meaning they put a price on it and they prefer to sell it than give it for free.
Yeah, so they don't give any free products. Their first product in their funnel is already a payable product. They don't have any kind of free because they don't believe in free. They believe in the exchange of money, and that will motivate the people to learn more because they already invested in it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I have tried that approach. It's called Tripwire, what you offer there, which means you offer like a low ticket product, just to break this first objection where they exchange money for you. And that's great. That works. Yes, it works. But to do that, you already need to have some sort of authority in your niche. You need to have some sort of people need to know you kind of already.
And this is, I think that's where you had the nail, like, because some people are not famous enough yet, right? But they are trying this tripwire thing and they try to sell the low price thing and it's not selling. But if, for example, Tony Robbins is putting out something and he's amazingly famous, everyone will buy it, even if it's for $5, because they just want to have it, right? So that's a very important thing here.
Exactly. So that's the thing, you couldn't have said it better. So, right, Tony Robbins puts like a $10 ebook, you're gonna buy it, and then John puts like a $10 ebook, no one buys it, right? And it also, like, what you need to understand is, like, your business is not going to succeed with this low ticket product. Like, people don't do that for profit. They do that to first break this objection of paying money to you, and second, to pay some of their marketing costs. So ideally, in a funnel, you have this low ticket product that pays for your ads, and then your advertising costs are paid, and then in the back end, meaning on the email sequences and on what you do after, that's where you sell them the real deal and where you get your profit margins, right? So that's one approach. Again, what's the difference for me personally is it depends if you have that authority in your niche, if you're a Tony Robbins kind of guy or not, right? I prefer a different one, which is going out to the market and giving them such a great content for free that they will be like, wow, if this is for free, like, how would it be to work with these guys? Like, what do they give to their paying customers if they're already giving so much value in advance for free? And that thing will just position you as the Tony Robbins in your industry, or as whoever you want to be in your industry, because you're not asking for money. You're just like, it's just like, I don't know, imagine, I don't know how to put an example, but it's just like, imagine someone comes and helps you paint your house without asking for money. Probably the next time you have to fix something in your house, you're going to ask that person because he already give you a hand for free. You know what I mean? Like,
it's like building a friendship, right?
It's like building a friend. Again, we go back to relationships. We go back to human nature. We go back to, if you care about people, people will care back about for you. It's just common sense, so to say. And also, you position yourself like just as a trust advisor. Really, you don't position yourself as the salesy, pushy guy that just wants to get $10 from you. So I give you my ebook, and then I try to sell you the next thing right on. And yeah, that's great, and probably you make a couple of thousands. You can make a couple of thousands, but this is not a business model that is sustainable in the long run, right? So yeah, I would focus on one thing, or create one piece which you offer a massive amount of value. You solve a problem, and actually in my freebies I share all my tips and tricks and this and that and all the things, and I mean, you saw the World conference. I was like pretty much sharing even the templates I use, like anyone can implement that already without having to hire our services. But and that's also like, I know that's an objection people have. It's like, oh, but if I share them like all my things, then they're not gonna buy from me because they already
I
have
wanted
them.
to ask you this one.
Yeah.
Like, I share all my secrets and everyone will copy me, and then what will happen to me? I heard it so many times.
People are lazy. Like, people don't do it. That's the truth, man. And people, including myself, like I have had great pieces in front of me which taught me exactly what I need to do, and I was like, this is great value. And then I went to the guy and I paid him, and I was like, hey, I want to pay you, so you showed me how to do what you just give it for free. And it sounds ridiculous.
It's kind of like the accountability partner, right? Because like people that really need someone to hold the hand and push you.
You pay for accountability. Like, you pay for accountability. And so don't worry about this, like, they're gonna copy me and It never happens. Like, barely happens. Like, it's less than the 1%, I would say, that makes this.
And we all know that no one can do it like Jaime, or no one can do it like Andrea, because we are just us and we think differently. So you don't really have to be afraid that it will be exactly the same like you do, right?
Yeah, you will never do it. No one will really exchange your personality. And also, you need to know that people make business with other people. You know, people hire your service or your product, or buy your product because they like more your service. When you sell service, like, people like the person behind the service. So there are millions of people doing Facebook ads, you know, and our clients choose us because we give them more than that. We also do the funnel part, and I audit them, and I give them that for free. And, you know, our clients are our service includes like Facebook ads, but we have like a bi-weekly call where I jump and I really like audit the whole business and question the whole business. And no other agencies doing that, because they're always like, yeah, I would just do ads and like get them results. But I really get involved in their business, and that's my differentiator, you know. And you want to find yours, and people can't copy that because it's yours.
There's so many tips. I hope that people will just get this and listen back to it, and then again and again, and they digest, and then they get back to you, and they just get a consultation, and then they get further and they analyze their own business. And really, really happy and appreciate that you're sharing so much. And I would like to, sorry?
No, I was saying this is what I really love, again, like giving back and like just spreading the words and helping others. That were probably in my position like 2 years ago, because I also received this help, and I think it's nice to give back as well.
Yeah, that's really true. I think when we give, we receive like multiple times back. I according to my experience, always happened to me.
Yeah.
So let's go to your other expertise. We already mentioned that you are very, very good on LinkedIn, and you are working with a lot of tools, including Sales Navigator, and you have this amazing name, Godfather technique or methodology. Or tell me more about this. Tell me more about Sales Navigator and what you do and how it can help the businesses.
Sure. So actually, the Godfather offer was something I learned from a guy called Sabri Subi, and he's an Australian guy, and he's one of my mentors, and his way of marketing is just beautiful. Like, I really like his approach. So a lot of the stuff I learned there, and I mentioned, like, I learned from him. About LinkedIn, LinkedIn for me is just the place to connect with decision makers on a B2B level. So if you're on B2B, and this goes back to what we're talking in the beginning, like, where is your ideal client? Go to that platform and connect with them instead of being everywhere, right? So my ideal client, it's typically the CEO of either an e-commerce brand, like a big e-commerce brand, generates like multiple six figures per month, or that person is like the CEO or decision maker of a service-based business, or a consulting, a coaching, or educational business selling high ticket, so anything from 1,000 upwards. And I just identify, like, LinkedIn gives you they are there. Like they're just there. Like these people spend their time there. LinkedIn offers you great tools to segment and really connect with the right people. So I like to connect more of what I call with a sniper approach, where I just like choose the people I want to really connect and go after them, rather than just like throw a net in this huge ocean and try to catch whatever it comes. So there are always these two approaches. I'm more of a sniper approach, where I just like, okay, I want to this person, or this company, and also it's awesome where you like the company, the project, and the vision behind, and you are like, I want to work with these guys, like, you know, and then you go and you're like, hey, I really like what you do, and so on, and you end up working with them, and it's just like a beautiful project, you know. Whereas I have also been involved in like projects I don't like too much, and it's just not so much fun, you know. Going back to LinkedIn, yeah, so LinkedIn offers you something called the LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And what is the LinkedIn Sales Navigator? Is the sales tool from LinkedIn, which allows you to make very, very detailed segmentation. And from there, you can create lists. So you create a segment of people, you add them to a list, and then you can start connecting with them in a very easy and simple way. I want to go back again to what we said before. It's not about the tool. It's not about the sales navigator. It's really about the connection messages and the conversations that you go there. Like, I receive so many messages on LinkedIn, like huge paragraphs like this on the first message, saying like, join my webinar and my masterclass and click here and click there and click there. And like, who are you, man? Like, I don't even know you, you know? And like, there's for sure a bot behind, and like, it's zero personalized, and it's just like, I delete it. Like, I don't even open those messages, and no one does really. So make sure on LinkedIn, first keep it short. Like, decision makers don't have time to like walk around. Like, they're running their business and they don't have time to chit chat around. Keep it short, add value, meaning go to the profiles, see what they do, see what they like, and start a conversation around that topic, you know. Third thing, is not about you. They don't give a shit about you. They don't care about you. They just care about them and how you can potentially solve them a problem. Like, in the end, they want to speak with you because they have a pain, and they want to get rid of this pain, and maybe you can solve that. But it's not about how great, amazing, and beautiful you are. They don't care. Like, it's, you know, no. And just think about it, like me or you, like business owners, you know, like I really don't care if someone like comes to me and say how amazing and blah, blah, blah. I have a pain point in my business and I want to get solved, and I want to know as fast as I can if you can help me or not. And that's it, you know. And it's not because like, yeah, you want to be like a bad person. No, it's because I'm busy, you know, and we're busy. We're running a business, like, and it's decision makers on the same mindset, you know. So keep it short, keep it relevant, make your homework, and go to the profiles and really like start a conversation around something that might be a problem, or ask something, you know. And the fifth tip I would say, never sell on LinkedIn. Like, don't sell, don't do the pitch, don't do the selling. You want to sell the call, meaning you want to sell, let's jump on a call. You know, once you're in a call with a person, now you can do the selling, right? But it doesn't, like, don't send offers or prices or what you do, or don't do anything of this. Tell them, let's jump on a call, let's have a quick online coffee, let's get to know each other, 15 minutes of your time. And once you have them on the call, now you can go and enter into the sales atmosphere.
It's like giving it back like to the old times. It's like someone is walking on the street and you stop them and you start, oh, I have this book, you have to buy it today because it's like such a good book and I'm so amazing and I just wrote it like in 5 days and you have to buy it now.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you couldn't have put it better. You know, it's when you're walking around the street and you're just on your phone, or you just like walk into a meeting and someone tries to stop you to sell something. You're like, no, and just go away, you know, or like, I don't speak Spanish.
Let me leave.
I don't speak Spanish, and you just run away. And so it's exactly the same it's exactly the same. Whereas if you just like give a hand to someone where you see they're struggling with something, or like, let's say you want to work with a bakery, and instead of going there and pitching the service, you go and like try their bread and then say, hey, I think you could be doing this better or that better, and add value, and like even share one tip. And yeah, just like that, and like people, and again, we go back to good old concepts, and people just misinterpret the whole thing and go after the sale after like 2 seconds.
Yeah, so important message here. Again, value nuggets during the whole 1 hour. We are already speaking almost for 1 hour, so it's just flying in good company, I can say. We were talking about your story as a politician, supporter, and working with politicians in Mexico, right? And we were talking about marketing today, how AI will change things, how you shouldn't be afraid of it. We were talking about leading traffic to your products, how to build up your basic funnel with the free thing, and then all the little steps. You have to watch it back to know what are these little steps. And we also talked about your sales navigator expertise, and where can people at all reach you? Like I'm playing here your LinkedIn profile under our conversation, but what else can people reach you? What should they tell you? How could they just get in contact with you?
Yeah. So
thanks, Kemi. Kemi is writing. It's great information, Jamie.
Nice. So yeah, LinkedIn will be one way, and the second one is go to moonroy.com, moonroy.com. That's my agency website, and then just read what we have to say there. It's pretty straightforward, and actually every single button brings you to schedule a call with us. And if you feel and resonates what you read on the page, you can go and schedule a call, and we will tell you right on either if we can help you or not, or just redirect you in the right path. So I think LinkedIn and our agency website would be the best places to reach out.
Perfect. So reach out to Jamie if you need some information about marketing, traffic, funnel, sales navigator, gaining more customers, leads. So he's the person to ask to. And thank you very much for being here. I think the last thing that I will ask before I let you go is the social cause. We already talked about the oceans and how much you feel about water and how you would like to help. But what's your future plan? What is the end? What is this big thing that you want to do to accomplish to help this social cause?
Yeah, so I cannot say like I'm gonna do, and we already spoke that like I cannot say like a specific thing I'm gonna do, but it's definitely gonna be involved around ocean and sustainability and education. So again, I'm from Ecuador. I would love to give back to the community and the ocean there, which doesn't have many resources, either by building schools could be one way, schools where you make people more conscious about the ocean or help them cleaning, or just support other already existing organizations that help like keep the ocean clean, plastic wise, or recycling plastic stuff. I really believe everything starts from the educational part, and like educating upcoming generations. So that would be the best way to keep our oceans clean. So yeah, it would be something around that, I would say. It would be definitely give back to the ocean, what the ocean have given me so much. So yeah, that's what's going to happen after. That's the next. The vision is to give back to the ocean, keep it clean, and help educate future generations.
Will you stay in Barcelona, or you are planning to move somewhere, or that's your ideal city and you don't want to move anywhere?
No, actually, the plan is to move to Portugal next year. I have been, nice. Yeah. So again, and everything goes back to the ocean. Mediterranean is great, but there are not so many waves. Let's say it's a sea. It's not the ocean. And I really like the power of the Atlantic Ocean. And there's a little village in Portugal called Ericeira, and it's a very like surfer village and whatever. And yeah, I'm gonna give it a try next year. So heading up to Portugal, I'm very, very excited.
Portugal is beautiful. We just have been there a little bit, and yeah, if I would retire or something, that would be an amazing city to retire. The food, the people, the
Yeah.
diversity. It's just an amazing place.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. This was our video with Jaime. I hope you enjoyed. He gave you a lot of tips, and yes, info, me too. Me too, very, very soon. Hopefully we are checking him out and we meet there in Portugal. So it's really, really nice to have you all here. Please stay tuned for the afternoon and the evening coming up. And before I'm shutting down this stream and I'm coming back to you later in the evening with something different, let me just go through the program again. I really would like to thank you for Carrie, Simfong. You are the best. Thank you very much for staying with us and taking all this knowledge. Hope you are also on the application and you will play, because I really would like to give you back. Also, thank you for Riai and Andreas for checking in. And what we have left is just me telling you what's coming up next. So after the little break, we are coming back in 3 hours, because I have a little bit of break now to rest a little bit and to recharge before the evening. We will have an interview with Jay Narayan, who will talk about challenge to change, turning obstacles to opportunities. Very, very useful short interview with Jay. Then after that, from 8:30 p.m. Malaysia time, Singapore time, we will come with Faz Kamaruddin about how to ask good questions. This is the workshop in a workshop room, so please make sure that you are joining in. We will have also Kim Adeaplat, Overcoming Imposter Syndrome, 30 minutes interview, and we finish up the day at Clubhouse with one topic, which is generally around generations, about the summit, and you just join in and ask questions, and we will be inspiring you to grow further. And don't forget that this week is the last week, the 6th week of the summit, and we are coming up with already 16 different workshops that you can join in easily from the website through the embedded calendar. You just have to click on the session title. You can join the live workshop with the Zoom room, or you will be redirected to the YouTube stream with the YouTube link where you can watch us live. And if you haven't done it yet, please, 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 if you have a free ticket, go to this QR code. You are getting the code how to enter and the password to your email address straight after you register. You get that, you go onto the QR code and you give us feedbacks about the sessions while you are rewatching it on replay. And we will give you some prizes for that, because we would like you to give time for yourself to digest all the value that we were streaming in the last 6 weeks. Sorry, 6 months would be a little bit too much. So we would like you to go over it, to listen to it, to rewatch it, to digest it, to learn it, to grow, to connect with the experts, and please do that with the help of the application. You have the QR code on the top. And we have also a lot of interviews coming up. We have also a party coming up on Sunday, a ceremony that you can join in. The link is also in the embedded calendar. So I would love to wish you a little bit of rest and a little bit of movement. Carrie, yes, be there. Simfong, thank you. Please, both of you, come to the closing party on Sunday. It will be amazing and fun again, like the Halloween party. And have a little breath, move around, drink some water, make sure you are having your dinner in a nice manner. Go out if you can. Now it's raining here in Malaysia, so I will not go out. But yeah, please recharge and see you again in a few hours at the Global Empowerment Summit. And we have 4 more days to go to empower you, to elevate you, and to give you ideas and show you that everything is possible. Hope you believe me already right now. So let me play our teaser and then see you later, guys. Have a beautiful evening and see you when we are back at 2 p.m., but 8 p.m. Malaysia time, which will be 5 a.m. in California. Maybe you are still sleeping, but it will be 2 p.m. in Hungary. So Europe can already join us, and it will be morning in the US. So see you guys. Yes, Sifog, it's a bit too late for you. I know. Sleep before you have a power nap and then you come back to the party. Yes, Gary. All right, guys, I have to say goodbye. I have to rest myself because my brain starts to not work properly. So give me a little bit of rest and I will come back to you in about 3 hours and see you there.